All right, guys, this is Crazy Kev here, and I'm here with Nadine Sada. Nadine, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good, Nadine. And Nadine, you just had a fight not too long ago. I mean, talk to us a bit more about that performance and how you're kind of feeling after your last fight.
So the performance didn't go my way, but I'm not feeling too bad about it because I know exactly what I have to do to work on it next. And I feel like as a fighter, the worst part is when you don't have a clear roadmap of what you have to do next. That can leave a lot of fighters discouraged. But because I know what to do, I'm not feeling too bad. So what had happened was I took this fight because I had a toe dislocation, which kind of put me away from MMA at the moment because I found it difficult to sprawl and kick with 100% confidence. So I wanted to work rehab on that first. And then in the meantime, I thought, why don't I just work my hands whilst I'm rehabbing and polishing skill in MMA? Why don't I just get myself out there and just do a few boxing fights to work hands? So I took the fight, and then what had happened was in that fight, I just didn't. I just feel like I couldn't find my range on her. I couldn't find my reach on her. She had very good footwork, fair play to her, and it just didn't go my way. There was a lot of head clashing as well, which is, I think, kind of both of our faults. I think we're both just very game, and we really just wanted to finish each other, I think. So it was a really good fight. I did get concussed from the fight, so I'm sorry if I do waffle as well. I'm still trying to like gather everything. But either way, I didn't win. I lost. I know exactly what I have to work on, and I can't wait to come back and just work on all those things.
Yeah, no, it's definitely awesome that you kind of know what you have to fix. And now, with that being said, I mean, when can we maybe see you back in there competing again?
In MMA. So this all depends on what my coaches want from me. Right now, I'm working on recovery, but when I'm back, it is all just about building momentum in a safe way. I feel like my biggest problem was I just wanted to rush out there and kind of just get seen. And but the thing is, it's just more than that. Like to build momentum, you have to have really good and polished skill acquisition so that or really good polished skill so you can actually just go out there and just get sent fight after fight. I think that's so important. So it really does depend on what my coaches are saying. I don't mind having to wait a little bit until I'm put out there. But yeah, it all depends. I would like to possibly go back and compete maybe next year, anytime soon in the amateur MMA scene. But it all depends on my coaches.
Yeah, no, that definitely makes sense for sure. And now, you're talk us a bit more about kind of how you got started into MMA because you definitely have a pretty awesome story when it comes to that.
Yeah, so when I got started in MMA, I was getting bullied a lot in school. I recognized later down the line because it's such a common thing for women to have an undiagnosed ADHD. So I didn't know I had ADHD for a long time, which probably caused a lot of like the miscommunications in school, the whole impulsivity and not paying attention to things probably got me into a lot of trouble. And to be honest, the girls were quite mean as well. But I feel like had I known I had this other side to me, I would have been able to navigate school properly, and I would have been able to mitigate a lot of those things. But at the same time, like I'm glad I do have ADHD because I probably wouldn't have been a fighter if I didn't have this. So I'm glad for my story. I did get bullied in school. I didn't quite fit in. I was also, because of the inattention and the impulsivity, I found it really hard to like navigate danger around me in general. So I found myself in a lot of dangerous situations. I've even got like, so I have, I lost one of my toes as well. It's the second one, so I can actually walk still. But that just goes to show how dangerous it is when you don't know that you have a certain type of brain, or you're not paying attention to your surroundings. These near-death experiences can happen. So why I wanted to go into MMA, because after all of that experience, why I wanted to go into combat sports, because after that entire experience, I was very sad, obviously, as you can see. I was very sad. I wanted purpose in life, and I still had so much energy despite all of it. I was still very impulsive despite the fact that I had gone into such dangerous situations, and I just wanted to channel that energy in the right way. I found a kickboxing gym, and then I recognized it was a martial arts gym called Elevate Martial Arts. And I first started with kickboxing and boxing. I then saw all the other MMA fighters and I saw how cool they were. And MMA is just one of those things where it just looks like such a complete martial art. And I didn't want to feel incomplete. Like I felt like kickboxing and boxing alone wasn't enough. I wanted to feel like a more complete and well-rounded fighter. And because I'm so novelty seeking as someone with ADHD, I think that was I think MMA is the best choice for me. So that's why I went in there.
No, that definitely makes sense for sure. And now you mentioned like you were saying you were getting bullied and everything. I mean, what advice would you maybe give to maybe like young girls maybe going through the same thing, or maybe just like people in general that are dealing with a similar situation?
I would say stay. I would say I would say love yourself a lot, because you're always going to get critics. You're always going to get people out there who are going to derail you off your path or make you feel like you're not good enough to achieve what you want to achieve. This is all narrative and it's all lies. Like, you have to believe in yourself and have mental fortitude. This can be a very hard process if you don't feel like, you know, you're the greatest thing out there, or if you don't feel like you're the most popular. You can feel very alone and isolated from the world. But you have to recognize that it's just narrative and it's just a game. Like, people who bully, they love playing games, and it's just about recognizing that that's what's happening. And then once you see that and you can see past all of that, you could then have all of the tools you need to just move forward, because really it serve as a huge distraction. And rightly so, because it's so piercing emotionally for young girls to go through such an experience. High school alone is so hard. So to feel like they're not good enough or they don't belong, it can be a huge distraction to their goals and fighting, or even their grades. So I would say, believe in yourself, love yourself. It's hard to love yourself sometimes, but it's so important. You have to be strong in every way, and just know that it's just some sick game someone's playing because they're very insecure. That's it.
Yeah, no, I definitely think that's a really awesome message, no doubt about it. And like you mentioned, you talked about achieving goals a little bit. I mean, what are maybe some of your goals that you might have at the moment for your career?
Right now, the biggest goal is balancing ambition with recovery. I feel like a lot of my injuries are due to me just being so ambitious, so impulsive in my ambition, and like overtraining, not resting, getting burnt out. I feel like the first goal is to actually balance that with recovery. And then obviously the ultimate goal is to go to the UFC, go to PFL, go to any of these big promotions. But in order to do that, I have to meet certain benchmarks from my coaches. And this comes with just balancing everything out.
Yeah, no, I definitely think that's important, and I think that's those are some good goals for sure. And now, when it comes to your fighting career, I mean, talk us a bit more about the nerves going into your first fight and how you're able to kind of channel them and go in there and compete.
So how I deal with nerves is it's still actually a journey. I'm still kind of learning. But one thing that has helped me the most in dealing with nerves is recognizing that my opponent is also nervous. I'm not just I'm not the prey here. Like, I'm not just prey here. I'm also a predator. Like, and the fight can go either way. So I think it's just having that really strong belief in yourself that actually I can do it. I am more than capable of doing this, and anything else is just negative opinions or critics from my past that don't really matter in the present moment. Also, grounding yourself in the present moment is very important. Just feeling not one of the fighters that I train with, his name is Max. He actually told me, gave me some tips about being present in the moment and using visualization to my advantage to not escape the stress or the anxiety of being in the cage or in the ring. So just grounding yourself, accepting it, and believing in yourself that you can do it, and your opponent is also scared.
Yeah, no, I definitely think that's some good advice for sure that you were told. And now, when it comes to you training or maybe even fighting, I mean, what are maybe some of your favorite memories that you might have had throughout your journey?
My favorite memories would be, well, I've met some incredible people and we've had like good laughs. I feel like my journey is still starting, so I don't have so many like memories, but I do have ones that are very important and special to me. I would say every time I would go into a fight, there's always been like a good group of people around me who have encouraged me, helped me to be stronger. And it's just been like a lot of good laughs, but there isn't one that sticks out just yet, I guess because I'm still a bit concussed and nervous, so I can't quite think. But like there's been so many, and I would say the people around me, I'm so grateful to have all of them. They've all taught me so many wise lessons, have made me really strong. So
Yeah, no, I definitely think that's awesome that you have some really awesome people around you. And now, with that being said, I mean, you're obviously a beast and whatnot fighting, but I mean, what do you kind of like to do outside of cage when you're not in there training?
so when I'm not at training, I'm quite bad at this. Like I tend to. So my biggest issue was I tend to like get so obsessed with the sport, so ambitious, and I tend to neglect everything else. I think that's an ADHD trait. It's not very good. But I've come to realize that what I really love doing outside of training is just spending time with my family and my friends. I think it's so important to have that balance. And I'm starting to realize, like, the more I get older, you have to actually have that support network around you because MMA is such an isolating and lonely sport. So you need to have the right people around you to make you well happy, and because I do love them, I do want to spend more time with them. I think the biggest thing is really just spending more time with them is what I love to do outside the sport.
Yeah, no, I definitely think that's important, and that's really awesome that you like to spend time with your family. And now, when it comes to your fighting career, I mean, obviously, you're just kind of getting started, but when it comes to maybe finishing your MMA career or just in general, how would you maybe like to be remembered?
I would like to be remembered for what I stand for girls, especially like in the bullying scene, because it's so common and it's something I'm so passionate about. I would like to stand for just supporting young women into achieving their goals, and daring to be great, no matter what criticism comes your way, no matter the obstacle, because that is what being a fighter is about. It's about like going forward no matter what. And also being a bit more and also when you do go forward, be strategic, like don't rush the process as well. Otherwise you get lots of injuries and lots of setbacks. So I want to be remembered for what I stand for. I want to be remembered for my skill. I do want to master as much skill as possible, and be able to show it and display it, and as well I would like to draw more attention to how complex and how much of a struggle it is to be neurodivergent or just having neurodiversity. I feel like we can build a lot of bridges if we just know each other. And also for those who are neurodivergent and navigating their MMA life and journey, it'll be nice for them to know that they can have equal opportunity like everyone else, and they can, achieve their goals despite all the mental deficits and attention. They can, if they have a clear roadmap, be like everyone else and achieve their goals.
Yeah, no, I definitely think that's important, and that's definitely a good message to kind of stand for. Which one was maybe your favorite fight that you might have competed in?
My favorite fight that I competed in was definitely the fight between me and a girl called Marie Paulson. I subbed her in the first round. She was a very strong opponent, and she was I still remember like how much pressure she had on the cage. She had got me to the cage and I was like, oh my God, this girl is so strong. Luckily I managed to turn her with an underhook. And she's also a very skilled striker. She like has like knocked out I think two of her opponents with like body kicks or knees, I think. And so when I went to fight her, I knew she was going to be a high level striker. And she did catch me out a lot in that fight, but I managed to turn it around at the last minute, took her down, took her back, and I was like, oh my gosh, I finished, yay, won the fight. And that was the best fight I've had so far.
Yeah, no, that's definitely awesome that you have a good memory with your fights. And now, when it comes to your fighting career, I mean, what are maybe some dream locations on maybe where you'd like to compete at?
Dream locations. I would say I would love to compete in, or just as in promotions, or as in like where the promotions are held, or
Yeah, yeah. Where's the promotions are going to be held? Like maybe like America or somewhere like that.
oh yeah, I would love to. I would love to compete in America. Yeah, I actually have visited a few places in America. Like I think, was it Frederick in America? I've visited that place. I like it a lot. Some of my family live there. I would love to compete in America to be near my family And I feel like the scene in MMA is quite big there as well. And obviously the UFC is very big there, but like as well, all these other, I guess, smaller promotions. It's just big there. It started there, so yeah. I'm a
Yeah.
bit concussed. Please forgive me.
No, like I said, you're definitely doing your thing. Keep it up. It's been an awesome interview. And now with that too, I mean, when it comes to your training partners, I mean, who are maybe some of the best training partners that are making you the best version of you for your fights?
So I've got a few in the gym so far. So there's definitely a few that stand out. One guy called Max Cashcat, sorry, Max Cashcat. He's a champion on FSC. He's done his pro debuts. I think he's like no, he's done like 5 pro fights. Sorry. I'm
No.
free red, sorry. So Max from my gym is amazing. He's like he's done 5 pro fights, I believe. He's won all of them. He's helped me a lot. He's given me lots of advice, all of them in the gym. There's 2 that stand out as well. A guy called Jack Young and Joe Young, they're brothers. They help me a lot in my game. They're constantly training with me. It's always we always drill together, and I feel like drilling is so important. They're always providing me with encouragement. That all of them in there are super encouraging. Even Michael Page is very encouraging, which I know you want to interview. He's like super encouraging, and he's always helped me. Yeah, all of them are so nice in there, and I'm grateful to learn from all of them. They're all like very good talent and world class.
Yeah, no, it's definitely awesome that you have a good talent, and Michael Page is definitely the man. He's my favorite fighter for sure. And now, with that being said, I mean, talk us a bit more about maybe your first day on the mats. I mean, what was it kind of like to get out there and train for the very first time? Talk us a bit more about that experience.
For the very first time, I was very nervous, but also very excited. I never had like nerves that really crippled me anxiously, where I was like, oh, maybe not, maybe not. I was always like nervous, but always excited. And I just, whatever I wanted to do, I just kind of went for it. So yeah, I was happy. I just kind of was like, whatever happens, happens, you know?
Yeah, no, that's definitely a good mindset to have for sure. And Nadine, it's been awesome talking to you. Like I said, you definitely have a lot of good advice and good messages in this interview. What's maybe your final message out there to the fans watching this interview?
Um, stay stay true to yourself. Keep loving yourself. Don't be afraid to put yourself first. Things happen in life, you get setbacks. Don't worry about it. You will get criticism along the way. You will make a fool of yourself at times, and that is okay, because it's all a necessary experience to push you forward. You know, you can't be a master in a day, or you can't what is it, achieve all your goals in a day. It has to come step by step. So always just be patient with yourself, love yourself, and work really hard, and keep watching this guy. He's amazing.
Yeah, no, Nadine, like I said, it's been awesome talking to you, and definitely heal up, because we're looking forward to seeing you compete sometime next year. And once again, thank you so much for your time. It means a lot to me.
Thank you so much for having me, Kevin. I'm grateful to be here.